Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you had a good weekend. I'm sorry I wasn't able to be there today. I ended up having to go to a meeting. So we're going to try something new today, which is going to be a video lesson. It's not too long of a lesson, so what we're going to do is basically do this in the form of a video. You can either follow along and copy down into your notes as you watch, pausing every so often as necessary, or you could watch all the way through and then at the end copy these back into your notes. Either way will work. But today's lesson is going to be on vertical and horizontal lines, and as you can see from our two learning targets, we only want to be able to graph horizontal and vertical lines, but also write their equations. So in the first example, it asks us to plot 3 points, 2, 5, 2, 3, and 2, negative 4. So if we plot each of those, 2, 5, remember this is our x-coordinate, so we'll go 2 to the right, and then 5 up. So there's that first point there. The next one is at 2, 3, so 2 to the right and 3 up. The last one is 2, negative 4, so that's going to be 2 to the right, down 4. Okay, and then it asks us to draw the line that goes through them. So that would be this line right here. So these points make what we can see a vertical line, meaning it's going straight up and down. And it wants to know which coordinate is the same for each of these 3 points. We can see that in this case that the x-coordinate of 2 is the same for all of these. The x-coordinate is the same. Therefore, the equation of this line is x equals 2. Since every point along that line, even the ones we didn't draw, would have an x-coordinate of 2. For example 2, it's done similarly, but with a new set of points. We've got negative 4, negative 3, which means we're going to go to the left 4, down 3. 1, negative 3, 1 to the right, down 3. 3, negative 3, 3 to the right, down 3. And draw the line through them. And in this case, we see that it makes a horizontal line where the y-coordinate is the same in each case. Negative 3, negative 3, negative 3. Therefore, the y-coordinate is the same. That y-coordinate is negative 3. The equation of this line is y equals negative 3. Okay? So in general, every single horizontal line is going to have the form of y equals a number. And that number is whatever the intercept is. So for example, if it was y equals negative 2, then it would be a horizontal line going through negative 2. So that would be that example. Whereas a vertical line, any vertical line, will have the form x equals a number, and that's going to be whatever the x-intercept is. So for example, if it crosses at 3, the equation of that line would be x equals 3. Okay. Now, just as a little bit of a review, horizontal lines have a slope of 0. They don't go up or down, so they're not positive, they're not negative, it's just a 0 slope. Whereas those vertical lines have an undefined slope, and we talked about that mnemonic device of up and down in order to help us remember that. So vertical lines, undefined slope, horizontal lines, 0 slope. So that is how we write the equation of these lines. Y equals a number for horizontal, x equals a number for vertical. Okay. Now what we want to do is we want to graph. So our first equation here, we see it's x equals 3. So on the coordinate plane, what I want to do is go to where x is 3. So 1, 2, 3. And then from there, all I have to do is draw the line that goes through that point. And there's my answer, x equals 3. Y equals -2. So now I'm going to go from the origin, I'm going to go to where y is -2. In other words, down 2. And from there, draw the line that goes through. Okay. At this time, I'm going to ask that you pause the video, read number 7, try it, and then when you are done, go ahead and resume the video to see how you did. Okay. This one says graph x equals 0. So I'm going to go from the origin 0. Now, it's not clear just from that whether I have to draw a vertical line or a horizontal line. So that's when I go back to this table and I see that vertical lines will have the form x equals a number. So I'm going to draw a vertical line right through that point, which I can see not only is the line x equals 0, but we also call that the y-axis. So that would be how we graph. Okay. Lastly, we'll take a look at a couple problems here. State the slope of each line above. We see that in x equals 3, that line is vertical. It's going up and down. Therefore, it is undefined. For y equals -2, we can see that it is horizontal. Therefore, it is a 0 slope. And lastly, for x equals 0, again, going up and down, undefined. For the next example, write an equation of a vertical line passing through the point 5, -3. So, since it is a vertical line, I know that it's going to have the form x equals a number. I just have to figure out, is it x equals 5 or is it x equals -3? So, in this particular case, it's 5, -3, which would be approximately right there. And x is a vertical line. And I can see that the x coordinate in that case is 5. Therefore, the line x equals 5. Okay. Question 10 is very similar, but now it wants to know about the horizontal line. I know that horizontal lines have an equation y equals something. And in this case, I look at the y coordinate, -3. And it's that quick. Vertical lines, x equals a number. Horizontal line, y equals a number. Okay, last two of this kind. Does the point 8, 4 lie on the line x equals 4, y or y not? Well, here we can see the equation is x equals 4. However, 4 is the y coordinate. Therefore, this is no. It lies on the line y equals 4, not x equals 4. Okay. X equals 4, 4 is the y coordinate, no good. Okay. Whereas for this next example, does the point -5, 2 lie on the line y equals 2? What that means is I'm going to look at the y coordinate and it needs to be a 2. Which it is. Yes. The y coordinate is 2. So we just need to make sure that those numbers align. Okay. Lastly, we want to be able to look at a graph and we want to be able to determine what that equation is. So in this first case, again, we see it as a vertical line. Therefore, all the x values are the same. X equals a number. We just need to count what that value is. And it's 1, 2, 3. X equals 3. For our next one, we see that it is a horizontal line. All the y values are the same. We just have to figure out what that y value is. And in this case, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 up. Y equals 4. Take a moment, pause the video, try the last example on the screen. When you've got your answer, resume and see how you did. Because it is a vertical line, 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left is how we had to get there. Therefore, x equals -4. Okay. That is your lesson on vertical and horizontal lines. If you have any questions, please be ready to ask them tomorrow in class. There is a homework worksheet available on Schoology. Please make sure you use this time remaining in class now to get that done and have it submitted before you leave. Thanks for watching and have a great day.